Yes. So very good afternoon, ma. Okay. Shall we start? Okay. What is our paper number? Any idea? In foundation, we completed 4 papers. In enter, 8 papers. In final, few more. 8. Okay. So in CMA final, paper number 15. What is that? Paper number 15. So what is the subject name? Direct tax. Okay, just okay. I'm asking the question only. If you know, yes, you can try. Otherwise, also you can try. Guess purely. Any idea? Direct tax laws as well as international taxation. So paper number 15. Yes, direct tax laws as well as what ma? International taxation. Ayyo. Yes, direct tax laws and international taxation. Yes, total how many marks, ma? Any idea about weightage of this total paper in CMA final, ma? 100 marks. How many marks? 100. Okay. Before going to start these total chapters, weightage, etc., first we can talk about the paper. So total 2 parts, ma. Direct tax laws is in part A and international taxation is part B. But in our intermediate, yes, DT, IDT combinedly one paper. DT, IDT combinedly one paper. But now we are discussing DT only one paper. So totally 100 marks. In group 3 or group 4? Group 3. Yes, sir. Now, sir, in this paper, we can classify the total 2 parts. We can classify into 2 parts, ma. Yes, in our institute material itself, they are given the classification. It is not our own classification. Okay, section A, or you can call it as part A, no problem. And the second one, section B. Section A is nothing but direct tax laws, ma. Yes, direct tax laws. Second one is nothing but what, ma? International taxation. Which is most important? Which is most important in exam perspective, ma? Yes, you can guess. Both are? Yes, we can discuss based on weightage. Okay, now from direct taxation, yes sir, always they are asking 60 marks. In some attempts plus or minus 10 marks. 60 plus or minus 10. Some attempts may be 70, some attempt may be 60, some attempts may be 50 only. In international taxation, 40 marks plus or minus 10 marks. Okay. So as of now, I don't want to classify our chapters into 2 parts. Just you can remember only 2 parts is there: direct taxation, international taxation alone. So totally we can call it as what, ma? DT. Now, question paper. Question paper can be given for how many marks, ma? Any idea? Not 100. Choice is also there. 120? Including choice, they will give you the question paper for 128 marks. Out of that, we need to attempt for 100. So in intermediate level, already you have some experience regarding how to write the answers for MCQs. Some answers you can pick easily. Some answers you can throw dice on the table. Simply by using the chances, you can pick some MCQs also. Okay. So in question paper, always we have 2 parts. Yes. Any idea, ma? First part, our favorite part? Super. What is that? Section A is totally related to MCQs, multiple choice question. So this is an question number 1. Question number 1 is nothing but MCQs always. How many MCQs they will give, ma? 15 MCQs. Each one 2 marks. There will be any negative marks? Super. That is only advantage, huge advantage for us. Okay, 30 marks. Super. Now, next, can you tell me what is the second part in our question paper, ma? Section B is totally descriptive. Section B is nothing but totally descriptive. How many questions they will give? So, question number 1 already over, ma. Question number 1 over. Now, question number 2 to question number 8. Totally 7 questions. Yes. Question number 2, question number 3, question number 4, question number 5, question number 6, question number 7, question number 8. Totally 8 questions. One is MCQ. The remaining 7 are descriptive. Yes. Out of these 7 questions, we need to attempt how many, ma? 5 only. So that means 2 questions choice. In CA, 1 question only normally. In CMA, this is an advantage. Sir. Yes, out of these, yes sir, we can choose any 5 or consecutive 5. Any 5. Any 5 questions out of 7. Any 5 questions you can attempt out of how many marks? 7. Each question having the weightage of how many marks? 14. Many students are asking about, sir, how they will give you the question paper in descriptive part, mainly they are asking. So I think after announcing the results or after completion of the exams, students will start preparation. On the time they are asking, they will ready to attempt these MCQs anyhow. But they are asking, sir, question number 2 from which chapter, sir? Question number 3 from which chapter? So in some examination that may be possible. In other examinations, if predicting also, that will not at all happen in our exams. Okay, if I want to attract the more number of students, simply I can give one analysis. If it is not work out, 80% of students will struggle in their exams. That's why I will not at all release these trends. But in regular class, always I will tell you. In EVO batch also I will tell you, because they are listening the classes, they can ready to learn. Without base, if I am saying, yes, any chapter, yes, 2A this question, 3A this question, 7A, 7B, it will not at all work out. Yes. Now, first class in this room. Always I am on 3rd floor only. So this is on first class. I am not at all used this system also till now. That's why. Okay, no problem. Question number 2. Always 14 mark question. Whether it is from which chapter, we don't want to talk about it. The remaining questions, that is question number 3 to question number 8. Generally, 2 7-mark questions they will give. How many 7 marks? 2 7-mark questions they will give. Otherwise, 6, 6, remaining what mark? 2 marks. Or 8 plus 6 also. 4, 4, 4 plus 2. Any combination also they can give. There is no hard and fast rule related to always 7 plus 7. Mostly they will give 7 plus 7. If it is not work out, they can break up like 2 marks, 7 questions also they can give. But overall question weight is 14 marks. Now, so totally question paper can be given for how many marks, ma? 128 marks question paper they will give. Out of this 128 mark question paper, you have to attempt only for how many marks, sir? 100 marks. And some students are leaving the MCQs without bubbling. So that is offense only. Definitely that is an offense because there is no negative marks. You should attempt all MCQs. Along with that, what is the two questions you want to left it as a choice also you have to decide. Remaining questions you have to select. So this is an weightage or paper pattern. Next, in direct taxation as well as international taxation, can I left any chapter? So my suggestion, don't give choice to any chapter because some chapters questions are in depth, some chapter questions are basic. Okay, suppose in regular class you listened one chapter, but in your preparation time, if you are giving it as a choice, that is not at all correct. So try to learn all the chapters. In your examination, you can attempt for 100 marks. Okay, mostly you will get 70 or 80 or 60, 50, 40. Any marks also, that is within your hands only. Now, in our group 1, what are the subjects we have? Any idea? Sorry, group 3. Paper 13? Oh, you know already. Okay. Paper 13, law. Paper 14, SFM. Paper 14, SFM. Paper 15, DT. Paper 16, SCM and DM. So open fact to all. Many students are, okay, paper number, okay, 17, paper number 18, paper number 19, paper number 20. Sir, paper 20 A na SPM and BV. Paper 19, IDT. Paper 18, cost audit. Cost and management audit. Sir, alone if you want to write group 4, easily you can pass. So pass percentage is also very high, as well as question paper patterns also somewhat easy compared to group 3. Okay. Many students are qualifying group 4 in a first attempt. They have struggled to clear alone group 3 in the upcoming attempts. This is an open fact. What is the reason? These two subjects are not at all easy to clear. SFM, DT. If you written both groups, definitely aggregate set off is there. You can qualify in a single attempt. Yes, sir. These two subjects can give nearly 70 to 80 marks if you prepared properly. If you prepared properly. Yes. And sir, now in group 3, I want to talk about related to MCQs. Very easy. Law MCQs, very easy. Next, DT MCQs only. So level 1, okay, if I am asking, it is an first easiest MCQs you will have in your law. Compared to others, not easy means nothing, but compared to other subject, it is easy. Second, DT only. Maybe for others, I don't know. But for my students, I can say DT is an second easiest MCQs you will get in group 3. Third, SCMDM. Fourth, SFM. Sir, how many marks we can get from that MCQs if we listen classes properly? Yes, straight you can pick 10 MCQs, straight directly from our material sources. With the help of that material sources, you can pick 10 MCQs answer correctly. The remaining 5 depends upon your listening capacity and as well as grasping capacity only. If you solved workbook also, then you will get remaining. But one MCQ always difficult. One MCQ out of 15, if you prepared even for All India rank or 1 also, or All India rank -1 or 0 also, okay, definitely one MCQ is difficult for all. The remaining you can write it down. So this is all about. Group 4 is easy to clear. If you attempt both groups, definitely there is a benefit of set off. Easily you can qualify in a first attempt. Okay. So now this is not at all our matter. Just I will remove it now. Before going to the discussions and index. So these classes, whatever the classes now we are listening, online also, offline also, anyhow, these classes will be useful for which attempt students are who are going to write their examinations in applicable for students who are going to write their examinations in any idea ma? June 2026 as well as December 2026. And there is a lot of doubts regarding these attempts only for direct taxation paper. I will tell you. For your attempts, Income Tax Act 1961, that is an old Income Tax Act 1961 only applicable. There is no doubt in that. So then what about June 27, December 27? We can talk about it later because as of now, direct tax code is not at all came into force. For your attempt, whatever now we are discussing, that is only applicable. Now, first point, applicability done. So next, how many hours classes are? Any idea? Direct taxation alone? Yes, sir. Duration of the classes. Just a guess. Guess only. 150, 180, 400. Okay. I think I will check it out online comments also. Yes, sir. Definitely 150 to 160 hours, including MCQs discussion, all the things definitely. How many hours, ma? 150 to 160 hours. 150 to 160 hours I will take. Next, 100 hours. Okay. Maybe possible for others, but for me that is not possible. Okay, if possible, okay, I can also tell. No problem. Next. Sir, what are the resources? Means what, ma? Materials. Which is very important. Sir, I want to provide the 3 set of materials, ma. I want to provide the 3 set of materials for the students who are going to write their examinations in June as well as December 2026. Yes, sir. First volume. Yes, first remember these are the version 5. So version 3 and version 4 I have. That is for December 25, June 25. Over. So these books not at all released. Don't ask me till now. Okay, within 1.5 months I will release it. Meanwhile, for this batch I will share all the resources. For face to face I will try to provide the chapter wise copies. Online students I will share soft copies, and in handwritten coming to handwritten notes we have to write it down. Okay. Remaining all other books you will get it out. No problem. Okay. Sir, version 5 books only applicable for the June as well as December 2026. Version 5. In that, I will give the books in an first concept book I will give you. So in this concept book only we have an provisions. So summarized way. Not only copied and pasted information, totally I will provide in a summarized way. So next, I will provide the second one, workbook. So in this workbook, I compile the last 10 to 20 attempts, CMA final question papers, study materials, etc. I compiled the one questionnaire, that is an workbook. Nearly we have 350 questions in this workbook. In this regular batch, I will tell you all 350 questions also. I will try to include the last attempt question paper also. That is in which attempt? Last one? June akka, December 25 is not over. Okay, June 25 question paper also I will try to include it now. So these two. And in these two books, I will give you one more detail. After completion of every concept, I will give a reference of workbook question. Example, in basic concepts chapter, we have a marginal relief concept. In concept book, after completion of marginal relief, I will give in question numbers. So that means after reading the marginal relief concept, you have to open the workbook and that questions you have to solve. Okay, I will solve. In revision time, you need to solve. Okay. Along with that, last one, handwritten book. So this is mostly useful for the students who are not at all interested to write handwritten notes. In these handwritten notes only, I will provide at the end MCQs. These are only 3 sets of books from my side for your examinations. These 3 are in color. These 3 also will be in color because not at all prepared. Imaginary color. Okay, I will provide you in a color format only these books. Don't think about it. Okay, now. Next, is there any other points are required? Syllabus completion, nothing but, so November 30th. In between that, CFR hours will be more for you. CFR hours will be more. I will try to reduce my number of hours because I want to travel to that many cities, etc. for taking the revision, etc. Meanwhile, so totally up to November 30. I will complete the entire direct taxation syllabus. Within 1.5 months, you will get the books also. Now, so these are the points from my side. Any other information is required? Very important information. Sorry. Classes will be in 100% English. And these are the exclusive CMA final classes. You know already very well. So no need to repeat that point. Shall we write index? What are the chapters we are going to learn? Shall we try? Okay. So index. If you are interested, please try to note it down the index alone. And one more point. We will read all the chapters as per index order or we can shuffle. Some chapters we will go in order. Remaining we can go whatever that order we want. In accordance with the students' interest. No. In accordance with the faculty interest only we can go. Now, any idea about chapter number 1, ma? Sir, nothing but it is a participative session. Even though if you are saying any wrong point also, no problem. I will not at all highlight that wrong point in that online class. Now, any idea? Basic concepts. If you are observing your ICMI study material, there is no basic concepts. But based on my experience, I have 8 years of experience I have. Based on that, if I want to tell the CMA final direct taxation class, before that definitely there is an introduction is needed. So that's why that all the introduction points we are keeping as an basic concepts. Is there any separate weightage for this chapter? 1 MCQ pakka. And without these basic concepts, you will not at all understood the further topics. In the basic concepts, mainly we'll discuss about the tax rates. Without tax rates, we can't calculate the tax liabilities in a further chapters. That's why it is very important. So what is the chapter number 1, ma? Basic concepts. Second, version 3, version 4 books are in black and white only. So version 4 in black and white only. Who are attempting June attempt? Okay, for them only the books will be in a color format. Yes, ma'am. Basic concepts is over. Now we are entering into the CMA final actual syllabus, ma'am. Okay. First chapter will discuss in a CMA final. It is a return of income. In your intermediate level also we know this chapter. In intermediate level also we know this chapter, ma. Any idea? But I think faculty will tell these things in an last, okay, return of income. So what is a return of income generally? Whatever income you earned during the previous year. In assessment year, you are required to pay tax. In assessment year, you are required to pay tax. So how to pay the tax? By way of filing the return of income. So how many types of return of incomes are there? What is the due date for the return of income? So these are all the things we can discuss in the return of income chapter. Now I'm not at all discussing the any chapter. Just okay, at the time of writing the chapter heading, I will talk about the chapter few points. If you understood, okay, otherwise ignore that. Just write it down. Now, so third chapter, income tax authorities. What is the third chapter, ma? Income tax authorities. Income tax department having the some level of hierarchies. CBDT, assessing officer, commissioner of income tax, inspector of income tax. These employees or officers are there in income tax department. Now that authority is related, who are the subordinates, who are the superiors, who are the ordinates, these are all the things we can discuss in this chapter. If you refer this chapter, you will get a complete knowledge about the income tax department employees or officers hierarchy from top to bottom. Then, if you file the return of income, so that should be verified by the income tax department. Example, ma, I have a huge income in this institution. Example only. So now I file the return of income. But in that return of income, I paid only 1000 rupees tax. Will they accept blindly? First, they will verify my return of income. After that, so if the return is correct, they will say okay. Otherwise, they will ask some more amount of tax. So that means whatever return we file, that return of income is verified by whom? Income tax department. For that verification purpose, they need to follow some procedures. That procedures only known as assessment procedures. That procedures only known as what? Assessment procedures. Yes. Fourth chapter, I will discuss about the assessment. Yes, ma? Assessment procedures. I will discuss the which chapter, ma? Assessment procedures. So just I am given the 1 or 2 points relating to the chapter. If you are understood, okay. Otherwise, simply ignore. Okay, these are the chapters we want to learn in our 2 or 3 months duration. That if you remembered also, okay. Next try. After completion of assessment procedures, many movies, I think if you verified many movies, there is an income tax rights. Okay. Example, I have an income from this institution as well as other incomes. I am not at all paying the tax by way of filing return of income. Now income tax department will come to my premises for doing search. Okay. They identified the 1 crore cash, liquid cash 1 crore. So after identifying that cash during the search procedure, what they will do? Seize. Seize means what, ma? Taking over of the total cash. So this is only next chapter. What is the search procedure? Seizure procedure. Next. Along with the search and seizure, we have one more concept, survey. What is that concept? Survey. Survey is nothing but information seeking purpose only. They will conduct survey. Example, I taken the registration in the name of Shikharatutorials. Whether this business is existence or not, yes, they will come and check. That is only called as what, ma? Survey. information seeking purpose. So there is no there is no seizure in the concept of what ma survey. After search, they will do seizure. Survey means nothing but for knowing some information, they will visit the premises of the SSC. So what is the next chapter ma? Search, comma, seizure, and what occur? Super. And survey. Sixth one. Okay. I filed a return of income with the 1000 rupees tax. But assessing officer means income tax department one officer. After verification of my return of income, he demanding 10 lakh tax. I filed return of income that all are correct only in my view. Because I am receiving the income, related to this income, expenditures also there. So that's why I paid only 1000 rupees tax. But assessing officer, after verification, he demanding how much amount of tax ma? 10 lakh. Extra 10 lakh tax he is asking. Now, do I need to pay the difference amount or do I have any options ma? If you are agreed with that order, you can pay. So that means fraudulently I filed return of income. I also know about the 10 lakh payment of tax. Simply I can pay. If I am agreed with the order of assessing officer, I will pay that amount. But so definitely they are asking that amount in an yes sir wrong way. Now what I need to do? I can go for appeals. I can go for what ma? Appeals. Income tax authorities asking the extra amount of tax. But as per my opinion, as per the legal things, no need to pay any extra tax. Now you can make an appeal with the appellate authorities. How to make an appeal? All the things I will tell you in this chapter. So what is the chapter name ma? Appeals. Next, revision. Yes sir, revision. I will tell you what do you mean by the revision also. Appeals, revision and rectification. What is that occur? Rectification. And settlement commission. In shortcut, I will write it as an SC. So these are the four concepts we are going to discuss in this chapter. How many concepts we are going to discuss ma? Totally 4. Appeals, revision, rectification, settlement commission. But if you know that appeals, that means if any order is not at all accepted by the SSC, SSC can go with the appeals with the higher authorities. 7th. Any idea? So after completion of appeals, revision, rectification ma, example. I paid how much amount of tax? Ma? Huge amount of 1000 rupees we paid. They are demanded extra how much amount? 10 lakh. Okay. They are demanded how much amount ma? 10 lakh extra. Now, I paid the tax. That means without going for an appeal, I paid the tax. Issue closed. Or I am going for an appeal. Now, appellate authority is also saying, no sir, you are required to pay 10 lakh amount. So, who won this case ma? Department won the case. So, now next chapter, collection. What is that ma? Collection. Means department have a right to collect the tax from you. Now in our case, how much amount they have a right to collect extra? 10 lakh. If you paid properly, okay. If you are not at all paid, then they will initiate the recovery procedures. Simply they will sell your movable and immovable properties. They will try to collect the tax. Sir, always collection and recovery na? No ma. We have a concept of what ma? Refund also. Suppose if any excess tax you paid, that amount they will give it as an what ma? Refund. that all the things we'll discuss in the chapter. Okay. Eighth chapter will discuss about the advance tax and interest. Advance tax and interest. So in our CMA final, we have an only interest chapter. But if you want to understood this interest chapter, advance tax chapter is also required. That's why I will add this advance tax also. I will add the what ma? Advance tax also. Sir, weightage, these are all the things we'll discuss after some time. But now you have to understood what are the chapters we have. Okay, next, I will start the next chapter as an updated return. What is the return ma? Updated return. Sir, in the return of income chapter itself, we have one type of return that is only updated return. But it is an extremely difficult to convey in that return of income chapter. So that's why that updated return concept alone we will discuss as a separate chapter, that is an updated return. Okay. Sir, why sir? Yes, we are a CMA final student, sir. Easily we can understood what you are going to say also. Please try to tell in a return of income chapter. If you are asking also, I will reject your offer. Reason, in order to understood this updated return concept, we need to know about these three chapters knowledge. What are the three ma? Assessment procedures, appeals, advance tax. If you understood these three chapters, then we can talk about the updated return. That's why I segregated the return of income chapter 1 concept into separate chapter. Done all of you? Yes, super. Next one ma, 10th one. So as of now, I will call these 9 chapters as an one part. Assessment part. Sir, there is no classification in your books. Sir. In my mind, for my students only, I will tell you, this is an assessment part. Okay. Now, second. So, 10th. 10th or 11th? 10th one. I will start with the business restructuring. Business restructuring and reconstruction. Business restructuring and reconstruction. It is a most important chapter. Weightage I will tell you after some time. Okay, after some time means nothing but after completion of this introduction session, every chapter starting I will talk about the weightage only. Based on that weightage, you can off your mind also for the chapters. If that is an important, yes, you can keep your mind with you only. Okay, I will tell you every chapter starting weightage. Now, this is an important chapter. So, this is nothing but capital gain chapter. There is nothing but what pa? Capital gain. So, in your intermediate, many of you leaving these two chapters as a choice. What are the two? PCBP, capital gains. I know already. Okay. So, no problem. I will tell you again all the things in detailed manner. So, many students will ignore this chapter because it isn't difficult. Difficult means nothing, but if you know, yes, it is a capital gain chapter, you can get it out all the things. Without knowing that, definitely the many students are struggling to recall these chapter provisions at the time of revision also. I think in the last revision series, so this isn't just a 7 to 14 marks weightage chapter. After uploading this video, I think the many views we are getting because this is a difficult chapter for all the students. That's why they will listen definitely. Okay, now 10th chapter is nothing but what ma? So business restructuring and reconstruction. In that chapter, which chapter provisions we have ma? Capital gain only. Now I will ask, what do you mean by the restructuring or reconstruction? Okay, I will tell you. Changing something. Now I will tell you. Amalgamation. What is that? Amalgamation. Next one, demerger. I think you know some these words meaning. Okay, next, I have a sole proprietorship concern. Now I want to convert the sole proprietorship concern into company. I have a partnership firm. Now I want to convert this partnership firm into company. So I have a private company or unlisted public company. Which company ma? Unlisted public company. Now I want to convert it into LLP. How many points ma? 5. Amalgamation, demerger, sole proprietorship to company, partnership firm to company, unlisted public company, private company into LLP. Can I convert the legality of the SR entity? Yes. Here, sole proprietor to company, firm to company, company to LLP. We are changing the legality of the entity. Now, in all the cases, accounting treatment, you know, in your accounts, maybe amalgamation, demerger in CFR also you will learn. But now, in this chapter, we'll discuss about the what is the tax treatment. In these restructuring cases or reconstruction cases, what is a tax treatment? We will discuss in this chapter. What are the 5 cases? Amalgamation, demerger, sole proprietorship consent to company. Next one, partnership form to company, unlisted public company, private company into LLP. That is only point. 11th one, PCBP. I think some students having the heart attack also. After listening, these are all the names. No problem. We can discuss this. We can discuss this PCBP also. Sir, no, sir. Early morning before I am attending your class, I verified the study material, sir. So in that study material, we don't have any PCBP chapter, but you are telling this PCBP chapter in our syllabus. Yes, your argument is correct. We don't have any chapter in the name of PCBP in our study material. But we need to discuss. Why, sir, you want to prove yourself? No. So, I don't want to prove myself to the students. Reason, we have an assessment of various entities chapter. In that, assessment of company is there. In the assessment of company, they will give the problems in that exam, that to 2A, 14 marks. In that question, we have to use the PCBP provisions. Sir, 14 mark question, directly we can say PCBP here also. Sir, no, sir, I want to give this question as a choice. You only said that only 5. After learning all the chapters, during preparation, you can do dance. But now if you are starting the steps, etc., definitely it will be failure only. So PCBP also very important. Now, 12th chapter. After PCBP, newly added concept in your syllabus, I will add because for December 25 attempt only they are given. So June 25, there is no chapter of an tax audit. For December 25 only they are added. So that means for our core, for our attempt also, definitely this chapter will be there. What is the chapter? Tax audit. Sir, you know already some points related to tax audit, but they are given in depth. That's why we'll discuss this separate chapter, tax audit. Now, 13th. Sir, again I will discuss the capital gains. Sir, already you said this is a capital gain, some provisions only covered here. What are the provisions? 5 cases only covered. Amalgamation, demerger, sole proprietorship to company, partnership form to company, unlisted public company, private company into LLP. That 5 cases related capital gains only covered in this chapter. The remaining will discuss in the 13th chapter, capital gains. Sir, do you refer total capital gains? No. PCBP, I will tell you totally. Capital gains to that extent of our CMA final syllabus only I will tell you. More or less I will tell you all, but which is more important, I will spend more time regarding the capital gain. This is also not in our syllabus. Capital gains also not in our syllabus. But in this chapter, whatever the capital gain content is there, that is in our syllabus only. Now, 14th. Do you know anything about IFOS? Income from? So that is an easy chapter for us in our entire heads of income. We will always try to learn that. So gift provisions, dividend, deemed dividend, and lottery incomes related tax treatment. Okay, we are doing a lot of research. Again, we can recall. To be honest, these three are not in our syllabus, but we need to discuss. These chapters are useful for other chapter problems. These provisions are important. In last attempt, that is June 25, they given one MCQ from income from other sources. That's why I don't want to take risk of this chapter also, because you know already, if I am given the revision also, you will get at least 2 marks. 14th hour, now 15th. Very important in our CMA final, 14 mark. Assessment of what occur? Various entities. Assessment of various entities. In intermediate level, if you know, we calculated the total income and tax liability of individual and HUF. Then what about remaining entities? Now we have to discuss. What are the remaining entities? Company, partnership firm, LLP. So all other entities, how we are going to calculate the total income? Most important entity, company. Most important entity in this chapter, company. Now, 16th chapter. Any idea? Sir, in assessment of various entities, all entities I will discuss, but trust is a separate entity I will discuss. What is the chapter? Trust. I will discuss it in a separate form. So assessment of trust. So these two are one chapter only, but I will categorize the trust assessment as a separate chapter. Now, next, tax planning and tax avoidance and tax evasion and tax management. You don't know anything about these words, huh? Yes. But remember, tax planning only we have in our index heading. In our ICMI material, we have only one heading, tax planning. But in this chapter, we are going to learn these separate topics also. So that's why remember chapter name, tax planning, avoidance, evasion, management. So important, always in third question, yes ma, in third question 14 marks they are giving from this chapter only. Okay, now next 18th. Any idea about 18th chapter? GAR. Yes sir, what is the chapter name? GAR. General Anti-Avoidance Rules. I know abbreviation, sir. If you want to remember, you have to write it down. General Anti-Avoidance Rule. Remember, if there is any tax avoidance, sir, you are doing tax avoidance, ma. Government need to prevent the tax avoidance or needs to encourage the tax avoidance? Prevent. Prevent only, right? Yes. For the prevention of the tax avoidance only, we have an GAR. General Anti-Avoidance. That means if you follow these rules, there is a prevention of what? Tax avoidance. So that's why these two chapters always we are going to discuss in the combined mode. So this GAR chapter is linking with the what ma? Tax avoidance only. Clear? If there is any tax avoidance, we want to prevent the tax avoidance by following the what ma? General anti-avoidance rules. Next, 19th chapter, equalization levy. What is that ma? Equalization levy. I will tell you at the time of starting of the chapter. Don't think about it. What is that ma? Equalization levy. Next 20th, we have an liabilities in special cases. Yes. Sir, these two are combined in one chapter in your ICMI material, but so equalization levy is somewhat important. That's why I'm categorizing as a separate chapter. The remaining special cases I will discuss. Okay, now 21. Sir, how many chapters we have? I think 1 to 21 we are written. Still, how many are there? Yes, we'll discuss. So that's why while I am asking the hours, some of persons are saying 100, 150. Okay, I will tell you, there is two ways of teaching. Definitely, you need to accept it. In classroom, if you are enjoying, definitely in preparation time in your exam, you can struggle a lot. If you learn anything in the classroom, okay, you are struggled in the classroom, then in your preparation time, in your examination time, you can do enjoyment. So definitely, so do hard work in a classroom itself. Otherwise, you are going to do the hard work in your study hours or revision exams, etc. After completion of liabilities in special cases, now I will ask, direct taxation is there as well as indirect taxation is there. What are the examples of indirect taxes, ma? GST, customs duty, super. What are the examples of direct taxes, ma? Income tax, only one. Wealth tax, abolition, not now in existence, ma? So direct taxation example, always you can say income tax. I will add it one more thing. Direct tax laws are two. One is an income tax law, another one is an block money act. What is that act? Block money act. In shortcuts, I am telling to you, what is that act? Block money act. So now in our CMA final syllabus, we are going to learn that act also as a separate chapter. What is that act name? Block money act. Yes, please write it down. Now you can say direct taxation examples two. One is direct tax, another one tax under block money. 22. So a small chapter, half-page chapter, dispute resolution committee. Dispute resolution committee. 23rd. DTAA, double taxation avoidance agreement, 14-mark chapter. Easy chapter. Double taxation avoidance agreement. Yes, what is the chapter name, ma? DTAA, double taxation avoidance agreement. Next, 24. Non-resident. Nightmare for many students. What is it, ma? Non-resident taxation. 25th, a small chapter will discuss advance ruling. 26th will discuss about the most important chapter. Yes, 25 to 30 marks weightage. What is that, ma? Transfer pricing. Are in your casting you haven't transfer pricing? These two are one and the same. In your SCMDM also, you haven't this chapter name called transfer pricing. These two one and the same, and that faculty will tell you this chapter, right? So In that we'll discuss the profit and cost related. Here we'll discuss about the tax. But the core concept is same, not total concepts. Okay. Here, okay, transfer pricing means what, ma? One department is transferring the goods to another department. Now, how we can analyze the cost? Here, one enterprise is selling or purchasing goods to the another enterprise. Then, how we can recognize our incomes, on which income we are required to pay tax. 27th also there, ma. Few more layer, few more chapters are there. Try to write it down. 27. Yes, ma. Penalties and prosecution. Penalties and what, ma? Prosecution. 28th. Yes, ma. ICDS. Any full form, ma? Income Computation Disclosure Standards. Income Computation Disclosure Standards. ICDS, Income Computation Disclosure Standards. 29. Sir, you know chapter 6A reduction chapter in your intermediate level. Now again I will tell you the chapter to you because it is an important in final also in order to solve the other chapter sums. Chapter 6A deductions. 30 ma. So TDS and TCS. These are the 30 chapters in our direct tax laws as well as international taxation. Now, sir, what are the chapters are in international taxation, sir? Many students are asking about, sir. You are saying 2 parts are there. Yes, how many parts, sir? 2. First section A is an direct tax law. Section B is an indirect tax laws. So now, sorry, international taxation. Now, what are the chapters involving in this international taxation? Shall we discuss, ma? Wait a minute. Yes, ma? What are the chapters we have in our international taxation? That's why, okay, some chapters only may be there. At least we can get how many marks, sir? 40. So that's why, shall we start directly with the international taxation, ma? Smart strategy, smart preparation, shall we do? Okay. I will highlight the chapter names and numbers, sir. Then after you can say, sir, which chapters we can start directly. 2 parts. One is an income tax or direct tax laws. Other one, international taxation. Now I will start the highlighting, sir. They are given. Which color you want, sir? Yellow. Transfer pricing, DTAA and GAR. These 3 chapters only international taxation, ra. Now what we need to do, ra? Shall we go with that? Why? 3 chapters if you prepare, you will get 40 to 50 marks or 30 to 50 marks. Within 1 month, that means we can complete. I think I will tell you how many hours required also. GAR hardly 1 hour, ra. GAR hardly 1 hour. DTAA, I will take 14 hours, ra. So 13 to 14 hours, but others can take only 5 hours. So their capability, I can't do anything, ra. Next, transfer pricing, I will take nearly 18 to 20 hours. Then hardly within 30 hours, we can complete 40 marks portion. Shall we start direct taxation subject with the section B? Why, ra? In this batch, I want to do experiment. Ma? If it is a revision batch, I will start with the DTAA transfer pricing. But without knowing this assessment part, you will not at all understood complete chapters. Sir, okay, somewhat you can understood anyhow. But if you want to learn in a conceptual way each and every point in the chapters, definitely these chapters are required. First, I will complete this assessment part, then I will go to the second part. Okay, sir, please try, sir. We can do experiment. Okay, so experiments cannot be possible in regular batches. In exam oriented batch, in revision classes, we can do anything. If you observe the revision series in our YouTube, first chapter basics, next I started with the transfer pricing directly. There is a reason they are in revision. So that's why they know about these assessment procedures provision. Are you clear? Now we can go with this order only slowly. But in these three chapters, in and out we'll discuss. Even one point also we will not ignore in these three chapters. Reason? More weightage. Sir, in ICMA books, they are given the weightage. It is a real weightage also as per exam pattern? Yes. Transfer pricing 25 fixed marks. ETAA 14, GAR 0 to 2. That means they are giving one MCQ. Without knowing tax avoidance, how you will understood the GAR chapter? But in my point of view, I will add 2 more chapters to the international taxation. They are given in their way, but we can classify in our own way. These are also I will classify into international taxation. What are that, ma? Equalization levy, GAR, DTAA, non-resident, transfer pricing, advance ruling. Clear all of you? So these are the chapters we are going to discuss in this. How many months duration? September, October, November. So generally I am saying 150 hours. It can be completed plus or minus 10 hours also. Okay, some chapters we can write detailed handwritten in the class itself. Some I will write it down and I will teach from that notes. Okay, now shall we start basic concepts? What is the chapter name? First chapter, basic concepts. Super. Basic concepts. Any ideas, sir? What are the things we are going to learn in this basic concept chapter? Any idea about that? What are the provisions? Sir? Mainly tax rates. Sir. Before discussing the tax rates, we can complete one by one. Sir. So in this chapter, first point, I will discuss about the power to levy taxes. Basic stuff. In your intermediate level also, you know this. What is that concept? Huh? Power to levy taxes. Can I levy the tax from you? I can charge only fees from you. I can't tax on your income or on your source of incomes. But who haven't power to levy the taxes? Who haven't power to levy the taxes? Ma? Who? Government. For government, who given this power? Public Constitution. Remember, if you want to collect the tax, definitely you should be government. So okay. So now in this context, now we are referring the some articles in the Constitution of India. So in every act we have in section numbers. Okay, every act we have in section numbers. In Constitution of India, we have an articles. From that, we have to learn all articles or only two. Only two. That is relevant for our subject. So If you observe the Constitution of India, if you observe the what ma? Constitution of India. Yes. Within that Constitution of India, what are that? Yes, sir. Articles. Now we want to refer ma? Two articles. Any idea about that article numbers ma? Article number, second article number. Try. If you haven't bad luck, then they can test these points also as an MCQs. Okay. Numbers. I'm asking just numbers. And the number must be 3 digits. Now you can try. 240. So first I will talk about the 265. Next 246. So what article number 265 says? If you want to collect the tax, must be supported by proper law. Proper law. Example, we are collecting that income tax. There is a support of one law. What is that law? Income Tax Act 1961. We are collecting GST. There is a separate GST laws also we have. If you want to collect the tax from the public, that must be supported by proper law. So that is only I can write it down in another way. No tax shall be, yes ma, no tax shall be levied or collected except by authority of law. Except by authority of what ma? Law. In negative words I am discussing now. So in positive words we can say, if you want to collect the tax, definitely that must be supported by proper law. So in other words, no tax shall be collected except by authority of what ma? Law. No. So seriously they are given the warning, definitely you must be frame a law. Then who have an authority to frame laws? They are saying yes. Yes, if you want to collect the tax, frame one law. So you and me can frame laws. So we will only break down. Okay, if we frame any rules also within the classroom, after exiting from the classroom, simply we can forget about that. So that's why definitely we need to know about who can frame the laws in India. For that purpose, we need to refer article number 246. Article number 246 saying that that article only given the power to central government and state government to frame laws. Who given the power to whom? Article number 246 of Constitution of India is given the power to frame laws. Yes. Gives power to frame laws. Okay, wait. Gives power to whom? Central government or state government with respect to what? With respect to frame. With respect to make laws. So that means in India, definitely who can make the laws? Either central government or state government. Last point for today's session. Okay. It will take nearly 10 to 15 minutes. Don't think about it. So that means if I am opening the Constitution of India, So article number 265 definitely will highlight. If you want to collect the tax, please frame the law. So how to frame the law? Open 246 article number. So definitely in the 246 article, what they will say, who have an power to frame the laws? Central government as well as state government. Sir, I think Constitution of India came into force, I think 1950s. As of now, many laws are framed. We know some law names also. I think from foundation onwards, we know different laws. Contract Act, partnership, company, sale of goods. So many acts we know. Already, these laws framed by whom? Either state government or central government. Definitely, that laws are already placed in which article number 246. Okay, first I will tell you the flow, then after I will open the Constitution of India directly. Okay, so I will tell you. Wait, I want to give the next. So what is that flow, ma? Any idea? Please open the 7th schedule. What is the schedule, ma? 7th schedule. To article number, yes, ma? Article number 246. In article number 246, many schedules are there. But please open which schedule, ma? 7th schedule of article number 246 of what, ma? Constitution of India. Constitution of what, ma? India. If you open article number 246 of Constitution of India, within that 7th schedule, if you open, it will contain 3 lists. How many lists, ma? 3. It will contain how many lists, ma? 3 lists. Sir, is there any idea about that list, sir? Yes, I will tell you. List 1, list 2, list 3. So another name, ma? Union list, state list, concurrent list. Yes, ma'am. Union list. Union means central government. Second one, ma? State list. Third one, concurrent list. Concurrent list. Okay. Now, we can open the Constitution of India. So directly we can download it if that is not there. I don't know whether it is an updated one or not. Okay, anyhow, our points will always remain same. That's why I downloaded it. Okay. So what is that article number we have to check, ma? 246. Okay. Wait, this is not a proper font also. I will tell you. Recently, I downloaded also. Okay. This may be better. We can go for that all the articles directly. Yes, ma. So all articles we having that one by one, ma. Now we are going to read the article number what, ma? 246. Uh, Article number 246, please read, ma. Subject matter of laws framed by whom, ma? Parliament as well as state legislature. Parliament means central government. State legislature means. Okay. Now we are going in this. So shall we click on the 246? Shall we click on 246, ma? Yes. Okay, I will show you after. I think I will verify it and I will show you. This one only. Yes. Yes. Please check. What is that article number, ma? 246. So article number 246, which schedule, ma? 7. This is an 6th schedule, ma. 246 article number 6 schedule. Now we have to go with the what, ma? 7th schedule. This is also 6th schedule. Yes. 6th only. Now. This is also 6. Okay. 6 only. Yes, 6. Now we can go to the 7th schedule. How many lists, ma? Union list. Yes, ma. Next we have an what, ma? Union list. After that we have an state list. Sir, as of now, these are all laws are already framed by the central government till now. Whatever the laws already framed by the central government, that laws are already entered in an one by one in the article number 246, 7th schedule, list 1. Then whatever the laws entered in list 2, these laws are framed by the different state governments. So these are all our law names only. This is called a short title of the laws. What is our Income Tax Act 1961? Entire act representation they are giving as a short title. What is that? Income Tax Act 1961. Companies Act related, Companies Act 2013. That is only called as short title. So these are all laws are framed by whom? Different state governments. Then list 3, concurrent. Both central and state governments framed the laws. That laws having the place in concurrent list. Are you clear? So if you open that Constitution of India, yes, okay, which article number, ma? 246. In 7th schedule, you have these 3 lists. So in list 1, who have a right to frame the laws, ma? Central government. That means here central government power to make laws means whom? Parliament. Second one, ma? State government. State government have an power to make laws. Last one, ma? Both central and the state government. Both central and state government. Both central and the state government power to make laws. Now, so our Income Tax Act 1961 also framed. Already framed in 1960s itself. So can you tell me it having the place in which list, ma? Union or state or concurrent? Union, because framed by Parliament. So that means it having the place in, yes, ma? Which list, ma? Union list. Now, what is that entry number for our, yes, ma? Income tax? Entry number 82. Shall we verify now? Yes, please go to that list 1, ma. List 1 we have in many, that is an 82 we can open. Taxes on income other than what ma? Agricultural income. Up to this we are already framed 81 laws. This is an entry number 82. So taxes on income other than agricultural income. Why the? Agricultural income is exempt. And one more thing, agricultural income related taxes can be imposed by state governments. But to be honest, now state governments also not collecting the tax on agricultural income. So that means as per Income Tax Act 1961, we can collect the taxes on all incomes except agricultural income. So why they are excluding the agricultural income? Exclusively on agricultural income, who have a right to collect the taxes? State government. But now state governments also not collecting any tax on agricultural income. Are you clear? Yes. So that means entry number 82 is nothing but what ma? Income Tax Act 1961. Income Tax Act 1961. So this is nothing but what ma? Tax on tax on income other than agricultural income. Taxes on incomes other than agricultural incomes. Clear ma? So now you imagined anything in the Constitution of India. Yes, this may be important for your exam point of view also. How many lists are there? In which list? How many laws are there? Who framed that laws also you have to know. And what are the two article numbers we have to remember for our examination purpose ma? 265 and 246 is nothing but what ma? So power to frame the laws. 265 saying yes, definitely you need to get a support from support from law for collecting the tax. Article number 246 saying that what ma? Central government and state government have an power to make the laws. Central government framed the laws that having the place in 7th schedule list 1. And the state government framed the laws that having the place in list 2. Both are framed the laws that is an concurrent list having the place of concurrent. So simply we can call it as what ma? List 1 also. Yes, this can be called as what ma? List 2 also. Yes, in future maybe you will get this doubt. So that's why we can given the clarification here itself. What is that ma? List 1, list 2, list 3. Done? Copying also done? Yes, sir. Tomorrow we can start with the remaining amma. List 2. And last one is called as what ma? List 3. Clear? So tomorrow we can start with the remaining. So how many hours I will take for completion of basic concepts? Any idea? 7 to 8 hours I will take for basic concepts only, because we haven't changes in tax rates also. And strictly I will say whatever the classes now I am taking, that is applicable for June 26 and December 26. If you are writing in a December 25, these classes are not at all useful for you. Thank you. Okay, take a break and at 4 class will start. So online students also, tomorrow we will maintain the same timings. Up to CFR, I think 21 we will start with the CFR. Up to that we will take the classes in afternoon session only. Every Sunday is holiday. Yes, holiday only, subject to weekend exam. Okay, thank you.